John McAfee! You guys know who John McAfee is? So he is the guy that created McAfee virus software, which has always been horrible. That and Norton. Basically, the virus softwares, they fuck your computer up worse than they help you. Always hated that shit. Well, then he sold the company like 25 years ago, and he made millions, and then he avoided his taxes, and he started creating drugs and shit, so he went to another country so he could avoid the government. So anyway, he killed himself. He killed himself. He did. You guys say, oh, he was murdered. No, he wasn't murdered. Why the fuck anybody murder John McAfee? John McAfee is just an old coot. Had no insider information. Didn't have any fucking friends in high places. Didn't know shit about shit. Why would anybody murk him? They didn't. He killed himself. But he killed himself to try to troll people. This is the level this guy is at, right? This guy, if you hadn't heard, this guy murdered his neighbor. Allegedly. I guess I don't have to say allegedly anymore, but and I'm not even really mad at him about that too much. I mean, you shouldn't murder your neighbor, right? But apparently his neighbor killed his dogs, and then his neighbor ended up dead. So yeah, he murdered his neighbor. But a little bit of empathy. If you killed my dog, I wouldn't murder you, but I would want to murder you. So anyway, this guy's a fucking moron. So he's going public, telling people to evade their taxes, telling people how they can evade their taxes, bragging about how easily it is to evade taxes. So, shocker, the IRS went after him, and they contacted the country he was living in, I think it was Spain, and had him extradited over the United States. So while he was waiting to be extradited over here, he killed himself in jail, but he just didn't kill himself. He wanted to troll the public and make the public think that somehow he was assassinated, and maybe Q had something to do with it. So, before he offed himself, he sent out these messages. Getting subtle messages from the U.S. officials saying, in effect, we're coming for you, McAfee. We're going to kill yourself. That's bad English. I got a tattoo today just in case. If I suicide myself, I didn't. I was whacked. Check my right arm. Nobody in the government messaged this motherfucker and told him, we're coming for you. Where are the messages at? Where are the recordings? Where are the email? Where are they at? Never happened. So he's trolling. He already intended to kill himself in prison, so he put this on his arm. So people would be like, oh my God, McAfee. He wanted to live in infamy forever and have people talk about him 100 years now. Remember when they whacked McAfee just like they did Jeffrey Epstein? So this is the ego this guy has. He literally was willing to give his life for a prank so he could be talked about. And after he killed himself, he had somebody, probably his wife, his 30-something-year-old wife, went to his Gab account and just gabbed out, is that what they call it instead of tweeted? Gabbed out the word Q. And Q anonymous people were like, oh my God, see? He was whacked, Q. But he's just doing this to troll. He trolled a lot, actually, about Q while he was still alive. Here are some tweets to give example. Important announcement. My presidential campaign manager authorized me to offer the following. If Q will identify themselves, it's Ron Watkins. I can identify him for you. I will offer them the running mate position for my presidential campaign. If you're hearing this, Q, then please give this thoughtful consideration. And somebody said, I am Q. And he's like, unfortunately, no, you are not. I'm John fucking McAfee. How could I not know the identity of Q? You live in another country, dude. You don't know shit. You don't have any connections high up. You're just self-aggrandizing megalomaniac pretending we see through that. And then he tweeted out, the difference between Q and McAfee. No one knows who Q is. Everyone knows who McAfee is. No one knows where Q is. The Mrs. McAfee knows where McAfee is. McAfee is an anal fisting master. Q refuses to divulge his own mastery. But I know, yep, I know. You know it's Ron Watkins? We all know that, dude. And then he says, the notorious Patrick Labus and I will be on the Larry and Joe show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Patrick is my campaign manager for Germany, part of my 2020 POTUS campaign for an outreach program. Here is my latest interview. Somebody says, do you follow Q? And he says, no, but Q follows me. God damn it. Dude definitely thought a lot of himself. You really had to think a lot of yourself to murder yourself as a prank.